Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Gwendolyn Ray, and thank you for joining me today. So, today I got something good for you, but first I'm going to check my audio first. I want to see how it sounds because I have some music playing in the background today. So, let me go and check and see what that sounds like. So give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. So when you come in, please hit the like button. And if you aren't subscribed already, please subscribe. I go live almost every day now. So I would love to see your faces and your comments, of course. So I'm going to check the volume for the music. I want it to be a little bit louder because I can't hear it. Okay, I like that better. Okay. So I have two articles I'm going to share with you today because I found myself on Reddit again, of course. And Reddit is one of my favorite places now. I really love going there to I just like seeing scenarios that to me are normally like easy fixes. So I go on there and I give like my advice on what I think the person should do in that situation. Of course, I'm not a counselor or anything like that, but I've been through a lot and I've learned a lot. So I'm going to share with you an article that I found on Reddit, and I'm going to share with you this other article that I ran across, and I was reading it and I'm like, oh, I have to share this with them. So I'm going to pull it up right now. I'm actually going to see if I can put it in the description section. So give me a second. So if you want to go and read it and follow along, you can. So let me copy and paste that. Let me see how I do it. I have to find out how I can do this before the live stream. That way I can just keep talking. But I'm going to do it right now. So let's see. I wanted to go live earlier today, but I couldn't. The kids were doing school, and the time I thought I was going to be able to go live, it was impossible, honestly. So I was like, I can still go later, It's always going to be there, right? So technically, I can go live whenever. So I just put it in the description section, but I'm also going to pin it in the chat. So let me do that too. And when you come in, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Go here. So let me go to here. Almost there. Let's see. Peace. It's actually saying that it's too long. Oh no. Is my comment too long? Let me see. I forgot that it's possible that it can be too long. Let me put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing specifically. Hold on. Oh, that's so corny. Is it really too long? Let me see. Oh no. Let's see. This is not long. All right, maybe I copied a little too much. Copy. So this is the first article I'm going to go over. I'm going to see if I can put that one by itself. Okay, all right. So I was able to put the first article in by itself, and I'm going to pin it. Okay, so it's at the top, so you can see exactly what I'm reading. And then when I do the second article, I'll pin that one up as well. Hello, when you come in, please hit the like button. So I'm going to get started because this article is really interesting. And the title is really what caught my eye. And that's why I made it the title of this video, because I was really curious. Okay, so like I said, if you want to follow along, just click on the link in the chat. So the title is, I forced my wife to work, but I regret it. She once dreamed of being a stay-at-home mom, like all of us are. Okay, so this is the person that submitted the question, and they needed to answer or some advice. So it says, about a year ago, my wife and I had some hard discussions about her having to go to work to make ends meet financially. She has strong feelings about being a stay-at-home mom for our girls who are 8 and 12. While my position was from the financial side only, I was rather insensitive at the time in our decisions, which did not help matters. Now we have a positive change in our finances, and she could leave her job and go back to being a stay-at-home mom with our income staying where we need it to be to meet expenses and save for the future, which sounds good to me. However, she does not want to do that. She has invested time and effort into finding a job, which I do understand. I feel that our girls need someone's presence daily before and after school, as well as during the summer months. Right now, I get the girls off to school in the morning, but there is no one home after school, and they will start having full days alone during the summer. Last, we are spending our family time just doing chores and catching up on things that used to be done during the week. So this is interesting because when she did become a stay-at-home wife, I'm almost certain, like you said, things were getting done before. So what happens is when you actually have a stay-at-home wife, you can actually see and feel the difference between not having one when she has to go back to work. So some people do say, what is the point of the job of the stay-at-home mom? A lot of people look at it as it's not even a job. They look at it as most of those moms are lazy. They probably aren't doing anything during the day, and they may be just going around to the mall spending up money. But that's not true. A stay-at-home mom really has a big job. So when she's not there, you're going to feel it. So what I'm noticing is that he only asked her to get a job. He only asked her to start working because they couldn't make financial ends meet. And I honestly completely understand that. From what they're saying, it was a discussion that this is what her job was going to be to stay home. But at the same time, when the situation changes, everything needs to change. And I'm pretty sure she was upset at the time, but she did decide to do it. And like you said, she invested time into getting a job. I think it's weird. I personally, once everything went back to the way it was, if I enjoyed being a stay-at-home mom, I would have quit so easily. I don't know why she's staying. It could be because, I'm sorry to say this, but once you start working, or when you have worked around other people and their mindset, other women and their mindset is to be career driven, and they may not have children, or if they do, they're so used to working all the time that they can't see their life without doing that. Because a lot of people, just people in general, like to be in control of their finances or what they decide to do with their money, which is their finances. But when you're in a marriage, you don't really have 100% control over that. And what I've noticed is that when women are working, or when they do start working, they feel like they have a say-so in the household. And of course they have a say-so, but the final decision is supposed to be made by the husband, the head of the household. And a lot of people do run their households differently, and things like this can change the dynamic, or can flip-flop it depending on how much she's actually making. Let's say right now she's making more money than him. I've heard this before where a woman would start working, or maybe she'll get more than one job, and she'll say like, I'm making more money than him, why would I quit? And it's like, at the same time, you have to think about your household. Like he's saying, they're spending their extra quality time that they could be doing things with each other, maybe going out, or, you know, maybe having a family night in or something. They can't even do that because they're doing laundry and catching up, like you said, on chores, cleaning the bathroom and yard work and stuff that probably would have been done already if she was still home. So it's like, because now she doesn't want to quit. So I don't think he thought this through. Like, oh, maybe she's not going to want to quit if I make her go to work. So I'm going to keep reading this a little bit more. I want to be supportive, but feel strongly that our girls need someone to be with them more. Well, let me read that over. I want to be supportive, but feel strongly that our girls need someone to be with them more than we are now. Hey, Jamila. Hey, girl. When you come in, make sure you hit the like button too. So I do understand what he's saying, because of course I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I know what he means when he says he wants someone to be home. Now, my oldest son is 15, and I have two other little boys, and they are 9 now and 7. And the little two, they're pretty responsible, but leaving them home alone is a no-no. And one of their children is 8 and 12. Like, they really do still need their mom to be home most of the time, or dad, or some sort of parent to be home. To me, honestly, that's too young. What do you think? Do you think 8 and 12 is old enough to be left home alone for an entire day? Like, what do you think about that? I think that's too young, honestly. I really do, especially because they're girls. And I think him being a father, he recognizes that, like, these are my daughters. I don't want them to be home alone. You don't know what can happen. Like, they can have a burglar. Somebody can break. Now, this is like worst case scenario, but someone can break in. There can be a fire. Like, who's to say they actually know what to do during those times? Because not every parent actually goes through the fire safety information and stuff like that. If something happens, like, they won't even know what to do. So to me, this is crucial for a mom to be home, or for him to be home. I say the mother because I think we do a better job at it. Like, I think if the father had no choice but to stay home, of course he would be good at it. But it's just our instinct to be home with our children. So I really think because she's started working, and like you said, she's invested her time, she feels more committed to that. And unfortunately, like, it's sad to hear, because there are so many people that wish they were in her shoes, like, that wish they didn't have to go to work and they could be home with their children. And if someone told them, like, you can quit, like, you don't even have to work at this job anymore, they would give it up in a heartbeat to be with their children. They would give it up so easily. So This is confusing to me. I don't know. He says, I would gladly do it, but I am unable due to being the primary earner. Oh, okay. So he is the breadwinner. So she doesn't make more money than him. So basically her income is extra. Come on. I think she should have quit. I would have quit. Is being concerned just showing how much of a caveman I am? No, it's not. To answer you, sir. How can we best work through this situation? So, hands down, I think she should just quit. I don't even think that should even be a long conversation. Why does she want to stay at work so bad? Who really wants to stay at work if they don't have to? That doesn't even make sense to me. That's weird. Okay. So this is the answer that the person gave. It says, you're not a caveman, which I agree. He's not a caveman. But I think you fail to understand that people operate in 2-income families with younger children all the time. Okay, that's true. Now, the word operate just means it moves along and no one died. I don't like that word because at the same time, of course, you can operate it. You can drive a car with a flat tire, but that doesn't mean that you should. So to me, that's what they mean when it operates. I don't like that. I think I have a biased opinion. And you said you wouldn't. I know I wouldn't. See? I don't know. That's so weird. Says your girls are not being shortchanged because their mother because their mother decides to work. Okay, I think they may be shortchanged if she doesn't have to work, meaning she's not working because they have to make ends meet. She's doing it because she just want to work, even though her children are still young and need a caregiver. Like, if anything, this is what it says. If anything, she is modeling something for her daughters that is important, that their mother's agency and time matters just as much as yours. What? See, now this is feminist. I don't like this. Who is this person? This sounds like a feminist. Basically, they're saying like, oh, she's equal to you. So her working and you working are both equal. It's not even about that. It's just the mother's job in general is to take care of the children. Like, the only reason why we even started doing working is because at one point in time, women felt like they were controlled. They felt like they had no privileges. But we have so many things now. We are just as equal to men nowadays. So it's not like that kind of fight anymore. And now that we know the benefits of having a 2-parent home and having the mom stay home with the children, like, what is she talking about? I think if anything, she's showing her children that her job matters more. And that's sad to say, but that's how I see it. If you feel like, all right, this is the article. If you feel like your daughters need someone to be with them more than you are, childcare is an option. Put an 8-year-old and a 12-year-old in childcare? Is this a joke? No, they need their mom. If your finances have changed for the better, you might also want to consider after school programs that your girls might enjoy. Oh, Lord. After school programs end at what, 5 o'clock? There are plenty of summer programs for your girls. Summer programs your girls can participate in with other children, so they're not spending the day alone during the summer either. That's true. They do have those programs, but what child doesn't want to come home to see their parents, you know? In fact, they might prefer that over your wife staying home with them. I don't know if that's true. I think that I have another biased opinion on that because I'm fun, okay? My kids would love to be with me. They would pick me over any camp any day, okay? And I know this as a fact because my son today told me that I'm fun. He wrote it down. It was a sentence that he had to write. And he wrote, "My mom is fun." So I don't know. Maybe that, I think she's just saying that. She doesn't know that mom. That mom might be fun. Okay. I would not pressure, it says, I would not pressure your wife to quit her job though. Okay, don't pressure her. But it's really her decision to make, and choosing to work or stay at home is not a minor thing. No, it's not a minor thing. That's why she should stay home. She should, and it says, I would not pressure, you shouldn't pressure your wife to quit her job. Yeah, you shouldn't pressure her. I'm saying that you shouldn't pressure her. You should just tell her to quit her job. There's no pressure applied. Just say quit. Quit the job. You don't need it. Where you want to go? You want to go somewhere tomorrow? All right. What's the next sentence? I play too much. It's life altering, and your wife's happiness matters here too. She didn't say that the job makes her happy. Let's be clear. She never said that. She said that she invested a lot of time into looking for a job. That doesn't mean it makes her happy. Okay. I know plenty of women that work that are not happy with their job, and there's way more than you think. Lots of women hate their job, but they say, I like to work. They're lying because they complain about their job all the time, because I did too. When I used to work, I complained too. I felt like my job was meaningful, but I wouldn't pick being home with my children. I wouldn't pick working versus being home with my children. Like that doesn't make any sense. That, to me, that's weird. This person says, you do not want her to resent you or your children because she feels like she has no choice in the matter. That makes no sense. Why would she resent him? Why would she resent him when that was her original job? That's why it doesn't make sense to me. Her original job was to be home with the kids. So, whatever. That article was like, what? All right, so I'm gonna go to the next one. I'm gonna pin this one in the chat too. And I think this is the one that had me cracking up the most. I was cracking up. Let me see. I'm gonna pin it in the chat too. Hold on. Oh, no. Well, computer, don't you do that to me. What are you doing? Okay, let me put it in. I don't know why my screen keep doing it. Oh, it's too long. Okay, what can I erase? Oh shoot, I still gotta erase one. Okay, let's see. Bam. I did it. That link was so long, but it let me do it. So I'm gonna pin it, replace pin message. Bam. There you go. It's long, but it's worth it, I promise. Okay. So let's go back up here. Cause this is so funny to me. Okay. Go to the message. I wanted to see if I could pull it up here too. Let me see if I can pull it up on my screen. That way you'll be able to see it. Is this it? Yes. Okay. Maybe you could see it, maybe you can't. No, I'm zooming into myself. I'm gonna put it right here. Okay. So that way you can see it and I can see it at the same time. I think my oldest son just got home. I can hear him. I want to say hi, but that's rude. Can't be rude. Okay. Okay, so I don't know what AITA means. I can't lie. If you know what it means, I think it's an abbreviation for something because I've never seen that before. So if it's an abbreviation, I want you to leave it in the comment section and let me know what that means. AITA. It's at the top of the post. Okay. So I'm going to read from my computer, and then if you don't want to pull it up, you can read from here. Okay. It says AITA for asking my wife to work after I told her she didn't have to 16 years ago. Okay. So it sounds like she was a stay-at-home wife for 16 years. That's what I believe. So I'm gonna start reading the article. It says we got married in 06, so I'm guessing 2006. Had 3 kids in 3 years. Oh my Jesus, those children are really close together. Following, and I stated to her that she can raise the kids while I work. Okay, same thing my husband said. Now the kids are 10, 14, and 15. Okay, 15. I got a 15-year-old. And in school from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. daily. So I asked her to get a part-time job to assist with a couple of our bills. Oh, he told her to get a job. He told her she got to work. It's it. They not babies anymore. It's over. You're not really doing anything. That's what he said. She went off on me, stating I lied when I said she can be a stay-at-home mom when we got married. And her family and mine are agreeing with her. But I said it's getting to be a mental strain on me financially since I've been taking 2 pay cuts at work and don't have the luxury of looking for new employment. Oh, wow. So he said it's a mental strain because the same thing, 2 pay cuts. So, and from what I'm seeing was similar between these 2 posts, these 2 articles, are that the only reason why the man asks the wife to work is because it's some sort of financial change. He had 2 pay cuts, which I can believe is devastating because they already have 3 children, and they're getting older now. And the last article, the same thing, that the father, I don't know if he had 2 pay cuts, but something happened where their financial situation changed, so it's not like they're like, just get a job. You need to get a job because you're lazy. It's nothing like that at all. It's nothing like that at all. So hopefully my title wasn't confusing to you. It's not in a mean way, but I had to get you to come in here to click. But at the same time, there are men that say you need to work. And those are what I call the 50-50 relationships. Those do exist. And there's a lot of people that are in them. But there are people out there that want their women to stay home with their children. And honestly, I believe there's more than what you think. It's just that some men are afraid to say that because a lot of women guard their job like they guard their life. Okay. And if they feel like you're trying to make them quit, meaning they're not going to have income to do the extracurricular things they want to do, especially if you're paying all the bills, they're going to be upset about that. It's weird. They'll be upset about that, but they won't be upset about the option to stay home. You're asking them to stay home with their children, but they want to work instead. This is so weird to me. This is weird to me because I've had conversations with coworkers, other women, and they've stated like, oh my God, I wish I could just be home cleaning my house. I wish I could just stay home and get paid. I wish there are so many women that want to be stay-at-home wives. So when I hear situations like the last article I read about how the woman decided, oh, I'm going to stay here because it took me a long time to get this job. Like, who cares? I would drop that job so fast. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Now, this situation is a little bit different. The mom is like, well, the wife, she's saying, listen, you told me that I didn't have to work. So for me to be working now does make me upset. I'm upset because you told me that I would be a stay-at-home wife. Now, he said that was 16 years ago. And of course, things change. I think being a wife is also knowing how to adapt. So like, I don't want to say this out loud. I don't want to jinx myself or anything. But if our situation change, our financial situation change, and my husband asked me to get a part-time job, I would do it. And the reason why I would do it is not because like, oh, like I want to work. It's not that kind of thing. I would do it because I know that he wants me to be home with our kids. I know that's what he wants. He's wanted that for a long time, but we didn't have the money for that, you know, and that's why both of us were working. But now that he can do that, I know for sure that wouldn't be long. It would be a short-term decision. It would be something, not short-term. It'd be short-term working position, whatever it is. It would, like you said, be part-time. It wouldn't be something that has to go on forever. I'm gonna keep reading because now I'm talking too much. Okay, it says, I think I read this already, but I'm gonna reread it. She went off on me stating I lied when I said she can be a stay-at-home mom when we got married. And her family and mine are agreeing with her. But I said it's getting to be a mental strain on me financially since I've taken 2 pay cuts at work and don't have the luxury of looking for a new employment. I even stated doing food deliveries on the weekends just to keep 2 other kids in. He said he even started doing food deliveries on the weekends just to keep 2 other kids in sports programs. He is a good man. Do y'all hear this? He even started doing Uber Eats. This man was doing Uber Eats. He was working a full-time job and probably had another job so the kids can have their extracurricular activities. Like, he's not lazy at all. Please stop. I can't believe she was arguing with him. Like, the nerve. My goodness. And when my youngest asked to do gymnastics and I saw the cost, I said I can't without sacrificing other required bills. Like, I don't even think he wanted to say no, but he said no because he had to. I'm gonna move the article up. So if you're reading from here, you can still see it. I'm gonna slide over for you. Where was I at? I don't even think he wanted to say no. He said no only because he couldn't afford it. So, wow. I'm gonna keep going. That's so sad. I saw the cost. I said I can't without sacrificing other required bills. And now she says, if I can't afford a family, why did I get married? Seriously? Like, the nerve. I'm just at a loss on what to do. I work from home and even offered my wife a job with me. Oh, my time is running out. Even offered my wife a job with me part-time while the kids are in school just to answer a few of my calls and transfer them appropriately to the departments they need. Get out of here. He offered her. He has his own business and all she had to do was work for him and answer the phone. I would have been in that office like, here's my phone. Hello? Yes? Sure. He'll be right with you. Transfer that call so fast. Then you could get back on YouTube, watch some videos. Like, girl, what? You could work for your husband? He has his own business? What is wrong with you? I'm sorry, this is laziness. That's what is lazy. She is just entitled. She thinks she's entitled and she's not being adaptive. I told you the wife's job is to be adaptive. You have to know how to bend. Because whatever situation that they're in, most likely, it's not going to be for long. So what's wrong with bending for a little while to answer a phone call? You're going to be a secretary. He didn't say you had to lift nothing. He didn't say you had to pick up a hammer. You didn't have to get dirty. You could have been cute. You could have been cute with a phone to your ear. You could have took a break when you wanted to. And you could have been around your husband all day. What wife doesn't want that? I think she doing something else. She doing something else, y'all. What y'all think she doing? where she has to be a stay-at-home. She gotta stay home. Child, my kid's not home all day. I'm gonna be in this house all by myself. I may need an hour or two, maybe 4, to do something for myself. But because he said part-time, that means that other time you could be helping your husband. Come on, like, this is weird. What's wrong with these women? Oh, this bothers me. Okay, let me stop. Ooh, I can't believe she said no. To the right. Okay. He said, just to answer a few of my calls and transfer them appropriately to the departments they need. My family stated I told her she doesn't have to work, but our needs have changed since the kids require so much more money now than they did when they were younger. And now my wife hasn't spoken to me in 2 weeks, and both sides of the family agree with her. Listen, see, this is why the number one job of a homemaker. Now, I'm stealing this from somewhere, but I found out that this is true because I've lived it for a couple years now. The first job of a homemaker, housewife, stay-at-home mom, all that, if you're married, is to save your husband money. That is number one. So what she should have done differently is that these programs that the kids wanted to get into, she should have found a way where it would be cheaper. Number one, I would never have put my child in anything that was going to sacrifice me. That was going to sacrifice me having to work. Like, your job is also to be looking at the finances. Yes, he makes all the money, but your job is to make sure, let me get rid of this article. Your job is to make sure that the income, that whatever your expenses are, don't go, oh, yeah, I can't talk. Your job is to make sure that the expenses don't go over the income. Duh. That's the reason why you're allowed to stay home, is because there's enough income that it can take care of everybody in the house, all the expenses, and you don't have to work outside the home. So what happened was she slacked. She started slacking, and then she thought, oh, he'll figure it out. Oh, I see him doing Uber after work every day. I know he's tired, but he be all right. Like, that's just straight up wrong. It's wrong. She was slacking. Okay. She wasn't on her job. Let's see. I have a comment from someone. Let me read this comment. It says, she is entitled and selfish. Absolutely. That's how I feel at this point. She went and told the whole family. She done went and tried to get everybody on her side, saying that she's supposed to work. She's supposed to stay home, even though the situation changed. Girl, stop playing with me. If you don't get it together, that's going to be my phrase for this year. Get it together, girl. Like, come on. Did you do the math? Did you pull out the book? Did you pull out the notebook? Did you pull out the notebook? Did you write? Did you write down the math? Did you put down the mortgage? Did you write the mortgage, the 2 car notes? Did you the electricity, the gas, the water? Jesus Christ, this stuff is probably expensive. They have 3 children. All of them are almost teens. You know, teens are expensive. Okay, like, come on, girl. You playing. She was playing. I can't. Oh, my goodness. Wow. This one sent me the most. So I had to save this one for last. So I'm going to get out of here because I need to go to the gym because I know my husband want me to look good. Okay. And I could sit around and eat cookies. I got a cookie right here. I could have ate the whole jar of cookies, but I know that I need to be in shape for my man. So, because, I can't be selfish. I don't have time for that. I need to look good. I got to wash some clothes. Okay. Because I could just get somebody else to wash them, but that's going to cost extra money. And I know, according to the finances, I need to be washing my clothes and folding them myself. I think there needs to be a waiver for wives to sign when they first get married. Like, if you're going to be a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home wife, It's your job to make sure that the expenses do not go above my income. That's your job, okay? And if it does, you will have to work. I think they need to sign on the dotted line. I think so. But leave me your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think about these articles. If you have any articles you want me to review or go over or give my opinion about, leave them in the comment section. And I want to thank you all so much for coming to this live video. They're getting longer. I think I'm starting to enjoy them more. But I'll see you in my next video, my next live stream. I'm going to try to go live again tomorrow. If I can't go live tomorrow, I'm going to try to go live the day after. Okay. But you can catch me anywhere. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. I post YouTube shorts. So if you comment here and you want to chat, we can. And I have all my information in the description section. So I'll talk to you in my next video. And thank you all so much. And if you don't know what to do, just be naturally you. Bye.